Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriorstrade just wrapped up their second preseason game against the Portland Trail Blazers. And let's just say it brought a mix of emotion. There's some seriously good news that'll make fans smile, but also a bit of bad news that might raise eyebrows heading into the new season. Tonight, we're diving deep into all of it. Who looked great? Who struggled? And what this game revealed about the future of the Warriors heading into the regular season. The Warriors came into this game looking to build on their first preseason outing where they showed flashes of brilliance, but also signs that chemistry is still a work in progress. Against Portland, fans got a real glimpse of what this new-look team could be capable of. Stephen Curry looked sharp. Andrew Wiggins showed signs of aggressiveness. And even some of the new faces started to settle in. But as always with pre-season basketball, it's not just about the highlights, it's about the deeper storylines. Let's start with the good news because there's a lot to like about what we saw. First off, the Warriors' offense looked fluid. Curry was doing Curry things, hitting deep threes, moving without the ball, and creating chaos for Portland's defense. You could feel the rhythm coming back. His connection with Draymond Green was sharp. And when those two are in sync, the entire team flows differently. The ball movement, the spacing, the unselfishness, it all looked very Warriors-like. The kind of basketball fans have been craving since their 2022 championship run. Another big positive, Jonathan Kuminga. Wow! The young forward once again made a strong statement. He looked aggressive, decisive, and ready to prove he deserves a major role this season. From attacking the rim with power to hitting mid-range jumpers, Kuminga continues to show growth and confidence. There's been so much talk about his future, trade rumors, contract negotiations, and all the noise surrounding him. But on the floor, he's letting his game speak for itself. If he keeps this up, Steve Kerr won't have a choice but to make him a featured piece in the rotation. Moses Moody also deserves some love. He's quietly becoming one of the most consistent young players on the roster. He may not get the same spotlight as Kuminga, but Moody's ability to space the floor, defend, and play within the system makes him such a valuable asset. You can tell he's worked on his game during the off-season. His confidence is showing every time he steps on the court. He's no longer just a bench option. He's starting to look like a dependable rotation player who can handle big minutes. And how about the new guys? Buddy Hield's shooting touch was on display again. Even when he's not lighting up the scoreboard, his presence changes the geometry of the floor. Defenders can't leave him, and that opens up everything for Curry, Clay, and the cutting action that the Warriors are famous for. Meanwhile, Al Horford, the new veteran addition, everyone's been buzzing about, looked comfortable in his first extended run with the team. His passing and floor spacing fit the Warriors style perfectly. You could see K experimenting with lineups that had Horford and Draymond on the court together, and it looked surprisingly smooth. Now let's talk defense, because this was another area where their Warriors showed promise. The rotations were sharper, communication was better, and Draymond Green's voice was heard all night long. Even though it's preseason, you can see the defensive identity starting to take shape again. When this team locks in defensively, they're tough to score on. They forced turnovers, got out in transition, and reminded everyone why they're still one of the smartest defensive units in the league when healthy and connected. But here's where the bad news comes in. Because while the good was encouraging, their Warriors still have some glaring issues that need to be fixed before the regular season starts. First and foremost, the bench play was inconsistent. There were stretches in the second and third quarters where the second unit just couldn't find a rhythm. Turnovers piled up, the offense stagnated, and Portland took advantage. It's a reminder that the Warriors' depth is still very much a question mark. Chris Paul, who's still adjusting to his new role, had some good moments, but also struggled at times to find pace within the Warriors system. Paul is used to controlling the tempo and running the show, while Golden State thrives in chaos, constant movement, quick decisions, and instinctive plays. There were a few possessions where the offense looked out of sync with Paul on the floor, and that's something Kerr will have to figure out. The good thing is, it's preseason, so there's time. But the challenge of blending Paul's deliberate style with a Warriors' free-flowing rhythm is real. And then there's the concerning part, injuries. Draymond Green sat out again as he continues to deal with his ankle issue. While the team insists it's precautionary and that he'll be ready for the regular season, fans can't help but worry. Draymond is the heartbeat of this team defensively, emotionally, and strategically. Without him, their Warriors just aren't the same. His absence was felt, especially on the glass, where the Blazers managed to grab too many offensive rebounds. Gary Payton, I also looked a bit banged up after taking a hard fall in the second half. He did walk it off and returned briefly, but his history with injuries means every little scare gets magnified. His defensive presence is so important off the bench that the Warriors can't afford to lose him again for extended stretches. And yes, we've got to talk about Klay Thompson. The good news is he looked healthy and confident taking his shots. The bad news, they just weren't falling consistently. He had some open looks that trimmed out and a few possessions where he forced the issue. But this is classic Klay. Sometimes it takes a few games for him to get his rhythm going. The positive is that he's moving well, playing solid defense, and looks comfortable physically. Once those shots start dropping, it'll be a different story entirely. As for the team chemistry, you can sense it's improving, but not quite there yet. Their Warriors are in this interesting mix of old and new veterans like Curry, Klay, and Draymond still leading the charge, while young guns like Kuminga, Moody, and Podziemski are trying to carve out bigger roles. Integrating all these pieces, plus new faces like Horford and Paul, is no easy task. Steve Kerr has his hands full trying to balance minutes, and lineups. But if there's one coach who can pull it off, it's him. Still, if there's one thing we've learned over the years, it's never to count out the Golden State Warriors. Every time people start doubting them, they find a way to remind the world who they are. And tonight, even with the ups and downs, you could see glimpses of a team that's gearing up to make another serious run. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed this breakdown. Subscribe for daily Warriors updates and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any breaking news as we get closer to the start of the season. The good, the bad, and everything in between. It's all part of the journey. And if this game was any indication, the Golden State Warriors are ready to give us another unforgettable season. Stay tuned because the best might still be yet to come.